Right, dotted along the side of the displays are these cabinets, wall cabinets with the larger specimens in, and these always have fantastic things in. So I'll show you a few of the specimens I got here. There's this cabinet Q, which is the phosphate group, and phosphate minerals tend to be more interesting to me than silicates or oxides. There's more variety, more unusual things. So for example, we can start here with this thing here. This is the only mineral I've ever seen from the Cameroon, and it's a huge crystal of Vivianite. Now Vivianite is an iron phosphate mineral, and it's often associated with organic remains. So there's the probability that the phosphorus from it came from organic remains combining with iron within solutions and precipitating out these crystals. You often find Vivianite associated with fossils in various places. Not always, it can sometimes be purely found in metallic metal mines. So for example, this piece here of Vivianite from Bolivia, this is associated with veins of metal ore, whether it's a tin or copper, whatever it is, and so you get these beautiful crystals of Vivianite which have got no organic connection in whatsoever. The phosphorus on that has purely come from the rock itself. So you have one mineral with two totally different ways of it being formed.
But some specimens that people find at Tucson from the Ukraine are again associated with fossils.
That's right, yes, from the Kerch Peninsula in Ukraine. And so that's down in the Crimea. And that's, these, sometimes you get the fossil shells with the crystals inside them of Vivianite and associated minerals. So another thing here that's interesting, chalcosiderite from Phoenix in Cornwall. Again, this is a place that I've visited several times. It's a beautiful, desolate mining landscape in Cornwall where there are still, 100 years after the mines closed, there are still vast tips of mine waste where you can go and dig around. And sometimes you can find pieces of this mineral still to this day. It gets harder and harder every year.
And this is not a common mineral either.
No, it's not. Calciciderite is related to turquoise. So chalcosiderite has iron in it, whereas turquoise has aluminium, or aluminum as you would say. This material is interesting, hopite, more particularly because of the mine, this Broken Hill mine in Zambia. Again, I think Broken Hill mine is like the sort of colonial name. I think the actual deposit now has a more traditional name, which I cannot remember.
Is it the Cobway mine?
It may well be, yes, it may well be that one. Now, this is famous simply because that this was a zinc mine which goes back who knows how far. The age of some of the human remains that have been found in this are astonishingly old. It could well be this was one of the very first mines humans ever mined in.
Fantastic.